Hello, gang. Sorry for the lack of advanced videos. Recently, I've just been away on holiday, so I just had some filler content. But let's get started on this. This is an advanced Dejdy played, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, from when I recorded this, and I thought I would just have like a first reaction type of video to this, just to see, maybe what I could think of doing differently, possibly. I mean, probably already I would have had most of my team here to shoot this cross with more, but also going full A line is also kind of fine. But I think I prefer going here with like at least like 5 guns just to punish the cross, because I think it's just free damage at the end of the day. Normally, committing into this like A2 area for the enemy team is not good, but he's taking a lot of damage then, unfortunate. But yeah, I mean that's kind of normally what happens basically when you're crossing this if you have like 5 tanks there. Obviously it's kind of important on what happens in the south. Obviously they have a CS there, but I think over time you will see that south, I mean you're seeing it again, this guy crossing one by one, and they're just slowly bleeding for this. So normally if you're going city from the north, it's just not good because of these crosses that you have to do, and you will get punished for it every single time. And obviously, you know, you're missing, what, 2 tanks? And this is kind of normally what happens on this map. You can normally just push into this hold because you take the punishment going across, maybe 1 dies, it's fine. But, like, especially if you have strike, like, this just makes this entire city really bad. I mean, technically Pyro should have gone first in the mouse first to, you know, take the damage, but, you know, whatever. But, as you can see, like, the crosses really isn't that bad. I mean, obviously the health is down and the guns are down, but really they should be winning this. I mean, obviously there's a lot of one-shots still around, which is not great. I think the mouse didn't use his health at all, really. You know, they're just avoiding the mouse. They will never shoot the mouse anymore, and the mouse is kind of useless. They could have maybe played a bit closer to make this push happen, with a few more tanks, like the can opener coming a bit closer, but I'm surprised it's so close, to be honest. I think kind of bad focus fire has played like quite a big part in this fight, because there's no way you should really be losing this, or this should be this close. Obviously now it should be, I mean, Kota probably should have helped his I7 friend there instead of Mr. Gaff, but nice fire onto the Dravik. So I mean, they should win there. I mean, the health is not great, but STRV is basically useless tank. They have 3 tanks in the south compared to 2, so like you have a good advantage in the city. Hopefully the DVB hits his shot on the cross. I didn't see because he crossed over, but and it's looking like he did. But like, eventually, we finally get into this position where, you know, we finally cleared it out. I do think it should not be this close. IMO, it should not be this close. Nice, damn it. Nice kill on Tomek, but I think just bad focus fire from the team. There was 3 one-shots at one point, which should not really happen in this scenario, especially when you cross over. I mean, obviously the mouse should have gone first to take all the shots, and it would have been a lot better, obviously. So it is what it is, but you know, a win. Well, I'm guessing they win this, but a win is a win at the end of the day. But yeah, a lot closer than it should have been. And now we have to find Libya. There you go. Anyway, on to the next replay. Okay, here is next game. Looks like probably going Hill for Dejdy. And I mean, the lineup for NOMI looks like it probably couldn't be anything, though with double E4. I mean, it could be either full hill or it's maybe a 1-2 push with the double E4 would make a bit of sense. But, you know, now you probably haven't seen anything on 1-2. Probably starting to think that it's probably going to be full hill. After you see nothing on 1-2, you see nothing mid, you see nothing even on 8 line. Most likely it's going to be full hill. So I'm hoping that you're not going to send it over the hill here, but because what, they'll have probably 5 lower side Yeah, they should, right? 5 lower side, but now it's a bit more. The 2 Dravik, so they were hiding 3 line. And here they come, by the looks of it. I swear I've seen this move before from someone. I can't remember who it was. I think someone in many rivals ago has happened. But yeah, I mean, good rotation from Dejdy. I probably would have kept yeah, I think 4 on the hill actually is probably perfect, actually, to be fair. I was thinking the double 50 beats won't spot it. Yeah, that's an issue. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say hindsight, but I don't know. You could, I mean, I think I probably would have done the same. I didn't actually notice that the Dravids were not spotted, to be fair. That's probably what, like, tripped up Dejdy as well. He probably thought, like, full lower side with all the Dravids, but, yeah, it's kind of just an unfortunate thing to happen. Like, you know, in hindsight, you could just say you need to keep more hill, I guess. Like, to be fair, pushing 8 line is never nice. As long as the 2VKKs can get back into good positions on, like, you know, C8 and stuff like this, and, like, not get caught by the Giolo push, you don't need to send that much down. Obviously, you need to send probably at least, I don't know how much he sent hill, but what was it? Two. So you could probably send, like, 6 back and then keep enough on the hill where you know that you're going to at least equal them in number, but I understand why this rotation happened for Dejdy. He just thought the Draviks were probably lower side as well. So, yeah, just unfortunate, and it's a nice opener for NOMI, basically. Nothing really more to say than this. And, yeah, that is the end of the game. So, another game for Cliff. Bliska, probably lower side, you would have guessed, with the double 50B. And then everything else top side. It probably looks like probably CS's maybe from lower side, and then 1 CS top. But honestly, this lineup could be anything. And for Dejdy, basically the same. To be fair, this could be anything. It could be CS is going up the hill. It could be CS is going up the hill and around. It could be, yeah, as he's doing now, a split of bowl and well, the CS is going to bowl and everything else lower side. Dejdy setting up to punish the hill. This could work, obviously, if they go hill, and I mean, even still, if they don't, it can still also work. It's just a bit worrying to do so. Because if you don't get any punish and they take bowl off you, it's a little scary. Like, if the CS, they should know that, you know, there's a lot lower side, and they should instantly either turn to bowl or they should overpush mid. Like, the enemy team should be doing that probably, like, right now, realistically. I'm surprised the CSs don't go up the hill. I think one of them should have just killed himself, basically, going up, and then got the other 2 up the hill, because if they did get 2 up the hill, I think the game would be a lot better, but, you know, obviously they're just afraid to die. Enemy team is now going to repush to the bowl. They're striking as well, and obviously that's quite a nice structure from the enemy as well. They need to get up into the good positions to get away. They will kill the CS, though, for free, or they should. He's trying to run away. He should get punished for this. This is actually incredible. He manages to get up all the way. Bad peek from the BZ there. And the CS is going to be like a little bit of an issue. He really should not be allowed to go here. Meantime, corner... it's kind of nice. Oh, they are deciding to repush the ball. I was a little worried about they might win topside there, to be honest. But I don't know. Yeah, this push looks bad from the enemy. Coiner got set on fire trying to run away from the 50B. Sleepy gets caught as well. So actually pretty good already. But these 50Bs are now going to just start unloading onto these BZs. Top side is still kind of 50-50 at the moment, but it could go either way. I mean, this is a problem with having an STRV. I wonder how much Dejdy has done. Yeah, he's only done 1.2, which is, you know, not the problem, but, like, it's a thing that is an issue, I think, when you bring an STRV and he's not... the enemy team don't want to overpush. Or try to do an overpush. Obviously, it's still helpful to shoot these people in bowl. You can get shots. I think when Tuxie peeks as well. Obviously, they can overpeak in the mid as well. So there are benefits, obviously. I mean, I don't think that push was worth it, but they are overpushing now. So this serve will now farm if he doesn't bounce. I am actually surprised. I know the result of this game, and this does not look good at the moment. I mean, his double BZs will die. I wonder if the CS will live. He should live, and this repush in the bowl could work out. The health obviously is starting to become a bigger and bigger issue. These 50Bs managed to get to the rock for free and then just kill 2 tanks. And now it's kind of just an avalanche. So that's 9-10 to be fair, and 9-11 now. Uh-oh, America, watch out. 10-11 and 11-11 now. And obviously you're defending now, and all your health is on 150B, so I mean that's another thing I didn't really account for, but yeah, this 50B is basically useless with all of his health. The only play now is to repush the ball realistically, and you have to do it from this side because, you know, Sturv shoots the other side, so you can't really do that. You can't really push around the hill because the Sturv just kills you because the CSs are both one-shots. Well, the CS is a one-shot, BZ is a one-shot, and the other 50B is a one-shot, so their only real play is to somehow push the 50B lower side, take all the shots from these two BZs, get to the rock, make crossfire, and then go to like probably this corner and try and hit them, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Oh, yeah, so it's 900 because he was out of render. And, I mean, they are doing quite well here. Nice kill from the CS. And that should secure it. Bash has too much health, and so does Dejdy, right? So, a little bit shaky. I am very surprised the CS managed to get across all the way. What's his name? Bart G, whoever his name is over there. He should not have been able to cross that. And I feel like the enemy team over pushing this was definitely not needed. I don't know really why they wanted to do that. It seems a bit weird. I also don't understand why Dejdy's CSs don't go up the hill though. Like one tank should just die, and you should probably just go up the hill. Like it should always be. Maybe they got blocked. I'm not sure, but you should just always go hill in that scenario, to force them to come up the hill as well if they want to fight it, and you know, you take hill basically for free. Obviously you die with one CS, but I honestly think that's a worthwhile trade to get the hill, and after you get hill, the CSs are on the hill, they'll farm. If the enemy team repush the bowl, then you can shoot them for this, and they can't run away. Or they can't sit in this corner and back away. They are forced to just push in, and if they want to overpush into like double BZ only, then they have STRV farming, and then you'll clear everything in the bowl, and you'll probably have to repush mid at the same point. But you should probably be quick enough to get here in time to shoot the BZs going up the hill. Probably. If not, you just keep the whole 50B there and clip anyway. So they'd have to send like 4 BZs up the hill, probably. Maybe even more. 4 should be enough. So, I mean, it'd make the game very different than what it was. But yeah, this bowl was not played that well, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Should not have been that close, I think. I think NOMI should have not really won that well. And then I don't know what happened in the mid, but they just pushed over with like double BZ and the Bliska for no reason. IMO. Anyway, on to the next. Right, this is the second Himmel. It is not just the same from last time. The enemy team is taking the same lineup, other than they have one more 50B, I think. So obviously this could be again full hill, could be full 1-2, could be anything. Could even be the 50Bs going 8 line and pushing 1-2 with the Dravix, so you'll never know. Interesting, Dejdy uses the German tanks. I used them for a bit, but I didn't think they were like that good, really. I'd rather have a BZ, I think, on this map than this tank. How much alpha does it have? Is it 700? No? Yeah, so I mean it has 50 more alpha, but if I'm going hill, I'd rather just have a BZ, probably. But obviously taking this tank is more than fine. Also, MBTB is also a very different choice from a lot of teams. Personally, I kind of agree with taking MBTBs. I kind of like them. Obviously, 50Bs are still definitely playable, and nothing wrong with them, but personal preference, right? And from this, I would probably say that they're probably full hill, probably. But obviously your nothing is spawning courtyard. So it is slightly worrying that, they could be going courtyard. They could have got a timing on 8 line and they could be appearing on 5. So, that could be a thing. But because now you spawn a Dravik on the hill, they're definitely just going to be full hill here. So, and it's kind of the problem with going full hill. Now you're kind of stuck. Especially when the enemy team is defending from the south, which they do in Rivals and competitive 15v15 tournaments. Just kind of like the thing, really. What you need to probably do is just full push hill. Just bring the type and VKK from 8 line. Probably bring the E4 over to the 8 line just to cover it and spawn it early. And then just you could even bring the E4 up the hill if you really wanted, so you have just 2 lower side. Also could be a thing, though. Again, you're gonna guess it's gonna be double E4 lower side with this Dravik and maybe 1 type 5 lower. Probably you'd think 2, but by now, since you haven't seen them, never mind. Now you have seen a type 5. I would probably think that you could overmatch them on the hill. You just leave the double type 5 on lower side. You have 2 more guys on the hill. Obviously, one will die going around the corner, but at least then, you have a gun up, and as long as you focus fire, hopefully the game is nearly over before the 50Bs reload again. But obviously it'll be very hard to pull off. You can't really go around the bottom of the hill. You have to do it like delayed, kind of go over the top with like everything first, and then go around with like only like 1 or 2 Draviks, maybe 3, probably 3 Draviks, just so they can go hold down and live their best life. But either way is hard. Can't really go 1 line because you get shot from the hill. It's just in render, especially if you get to like F1, it's definitely in render. So yeah, obviously, you could push 8 line maybe if you're gonna catch something, but you catch nothing, and you probably just go, as soon as you go past the G line, you get shot from the hill. You obviously can't go G line. Your only play is probably to go down into the 8 line and then turn, left and go, into this, but like that kind of gives you nothing. So yeah, I don't know. This happens a lot. I would literally just bring everything hill. I would bring E4, bring type 5 on 8 line. This type 5 pressuring up could be a thing, and it might make the enemy team react, but most of the time it's just 1 tank. They probably won't overreact, and they don't care. Great, you have courtyard now. It does nothing for you. If the enemy team don't overreact, which they shouldn't over 1 type 5, you're going to be in a bit of trouble. I would literally bring the E4 and the type 5 hill. Then you have an overmatch. Well, they have 5 lower side, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 lower side. You have 2 lower side. You have 3 guns up on hill. It's probably workable. And now with these double type 5s on 3 line, they can also support the hill if they overpush onto you on the lower side. So yeah, I don't think I would put this many on the lower side, to be honest. Just because you can catch from the lower side. Oh, they actually rotated everything up to the hill. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. They brought what, both E4s up the hill. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And there was a timing to do it a little earlier, but oops. And yeah, the game is just over. Unlucky. I think there was a timing, to get the tanks onto the hill before the E4s arrived, but how are you meant to know the E4's rotated, right? It's probably a reason you have a guy in the window. Well, that's the reason you put a guy in the window to spot this rotation, but on this strat, obviously you're not going to have a guy in the window if you're going full hill, because he just dies most of the time. You could make it like an IS-7 or something, and he should be able to run away, but it's never 100%. And what strat that opener Dejdy did was completely fine. It's just unlucky. For me, I would have definitely brought more to the hill. I would have brought the type 5 and E4, like I've been saying. Sorry to repeat myself over and over again, but that's probably the only chance of winning. And you have to do it off not first timing, but I think as soon as you see that type 5 on the lower side, I think then it's the choice you have to make. You have to go hill at that point, but who knows? Maybe the E4's rotated before then. I could probably check. But unlucky. It's the problem of going hill on attack on Himmel. If you're not like boosting over straight away, but even then you can't really boost over straight away because they have so many Dravics and 50Bs that they will just punish across too much for it, and you will just die. So it's like impossible. But yeah, unlucky. Kind of just unlucky opening, kind of. But as I said, I do think there is like there probably was a small chance of rotating everything but the type 5s on lower side up to the hill, and maybe you'd catch them before the E4s would get up, but that was like the only way to win, I think. Okay, second game on Cliff. Obviously, both lineups are basically impossible to read. Both could be anything. Could be, CS's lower side to bowl and everything else top. Could be full lower with the BZs, maybe like 1, and then the CS's bowl, but you never know in these scenarios. It could be literally anything. So I would always just do your opener that you want to do against this kind of from what you see, basically. Looks like Dejdy is going full topside. It is what it is. Is he going to go up the hill straight, or is he going bowl? It looks like he's going up the hill. That is 5 CSs I've just noticed from Dejdy, so yeah, this like slightly hints at a hill, but it obviously also could be 4 CSs to the bowl and 1 CS ramp. Pretty nice damage spread on the CSs. 2 taking like 1,000 and the other one taking like 600. Enemy team is full topside, so they will probably be forced to do something, either pushing bowl or up the hill, and it looks like they want to push the bowl, but I think this is the wrong decision. I think I would have gone up the hill if I were them, with like 5 BZs and just kill the CSs. Maybe 4 would be enough, but I think 5 is probably if you want to make sure you win. It looks like they are doing this, and they do have double CS around. I didn't even notice that they weren't spotted yet. Just kind of being rusty from not playing the game for 7 days, I guess. But they do only have 3 on the hill, though now it's a 3v3 by the looks of it. So we'll be... Oh, can this camera move? Thank you. It looks like this should be lost on the hill. Very nice position here for the CS between both strikes. And yeah, you need to kind of basically just push over now and kill everything under the hill to make sure that you can go up the hill. I mean, you could go up the hill now if you really wanted to be fair. Actually, no, you couldn't because the double CS around. But if you kill the guys in mid, then you could go up their side if you wanted. But, I mean, good positioning by this 50B to be back here. Never mind, he just loses, okay. But, yeah, they do need to start getting these guys in mid. They do have the advantage on this mid. These double CSs around the hill are doing nothing. They do need to kill the CS, and they are. He's going to be forced to either drop off or go down. This 50B going out here is a bit mental. He should not be doing that. He should just be staying in the bowl and probably just then going down and killing the CSs. But, apparently he wasn't punished. There we go. I was about to say he wasn't punished, but yeah, that's kind of what happens when you do that. He should never have gone to that. CS here is enough because it pushes him away, or you spot him for your team in the mid, then he will get shot, and then he'll have to go down. Then the 50 just comes here and he kills him, and then he can shoot the this BZ in his ass as well. So slight mistake there. But yeah, I mean the problem now is you kind of need someone to go back to bowl. I mean you need either that 50B not to suicide, or the other 50B just be on the lower side. But Taurus makes a cross. Surprised he kept punished that much for that, but now you kind of need to get probably everything up the hill that you can, or you just cap with 1 CS. You could also do this and send the 50B bowl to stop anything coming back to base, but obviously you have the gun advantage, so it should be kind of fine doing whatever you want. But yeah, this game should not be this close, to be honest. If the 50B doesn't just suicide for the CS, the game is easily won, IMO. But I think if the enemy team send... I mean, I guess they won the hill in the end, so it didn't really matter. They need to send more, but Kind of just needed something to stop this overpush. Or, I mean, I think the big problem was they sent like, was it 2 BZs or 3 BZs to bowl? And, well, they didn't need to. They were doing too much. They went around the hill. They turned to bowl as well. Yeah, it's doing too much at the same time. Like, if these BZs don't go across and they just sit, in mid, and maybe they go up with like one more even, it becomes a hard game, but still could be winnable. But yeah, it depends if these double CS get all the way around, and then you can't overpush the mid because there's 3 more BZs here, or at least 2, and yeah, it becomes very difficult to win from there. I mean, you could maybe do something on lower side with your 50Bs, going like all the way to over here to kill the CS, and then start pressuring out the bottom side and getting shots onto the mid. But yeah, it would have been a harder game for sure. Okay, last battle for this advance. Now we get south. I don't like the setup. HP here, man. Grr. Again, this could be anything from either team. With the double E4, you'd think 1-2, but again, it could be just a bait and you're going full hill. And it looks like Dejdy is going full 1-2 himself. He's waiting for some info. Proof is trying to take the courtyard position here. Looks like he will manage to catch it. The CS peeking. He spots them. Ooh, I don't know what Proof is doing there. He's going way too wide. And he gets punished for it. And they are pushing 1-2 now. And they will probably lose this just off opener, to be honest. They should get rattled going across this cross here. What? Okay, finally, I was about to say 1 dying for this. Makes sense. Unlucky shot, but I probably would have just stayed with Tigger, to be honest. And again, I think running's fine, actually. I think it will slow die, but obviously repushing the lower side here because you can catch these 2 dynamics on the 1 line. You have no other choice as well, obviously, because you haven't spotted the CS and the 50Bs. So you most basically know that there is going to be not enough on the lower side to contain your push. German tank taking all the shots, which is good for once. And you will catch these 2 tanks, and you will, if they keep our team keep on going, you will kill as well. You will catch the E4, for example, and maybe even the Dravik. Strike from the enemy is useless, but honestly, the game is effectively over, honestly, at this point. 6-1, only 4k or 5k up, but now 6 guns up, but it's just lost on opener for the enemy team, unfortunately for them. Obviously, they were trying to do something similar from what they did last time, where they're trying to keep, the 4 tanks on the hill to try and catch these 50Bs that might go hill, or something like that, I would imagine. That was his thought process. But, unfortunately, you get info first from the CS on E1, so you kind of know what you're doing. I mean, even if they didn't push, because you're attacking, you're probably forced to push anyway, to be fair. So I feel like the enemy could have probably just waited regardless. I mean, I'm not sure when the CS got spotted, but the CS probably could have spotted the hill for NOMI. Like, if you go to the the top and you just jump up on the rubble pile, you can just see over and see what's coming. So maybe they should have waited for that before pushing, but to be fair, I guess they didn't know the CS was going to be E1, and that's maybe why he wasn't pushed up that far. But yeah, nice game. And what was the score? 4-2, I guess. 4 wins, 2 losses, both on Himmel. 1 win on Himmel, 1 win on Live. So yeah, not a bad result. And I'll catch you hopefully in the next video. Bye.